Hello everybody, my name is Trey Walker with GW Trails, and today we're going to be going over how to use a map and a compass for navigation. So first we'll start with the map aspect. Overall, when you have your map, you want to look at the major features. First map I have out here is a map of the Boundary Waters up in Minnesota. This is actually the Quetico in Canada. This map is not a hiking map, so there's not a lot of features on it because it's water-based navigation. But there are two important things I want you to notice off this map. First of all, you'll see there's a lot of coves and islands or whatever on this map. So when you're going, and you can do this when you're hiking as well, you need to take note of the different features that you can see from this map to track where you are. This is really important in water because this right here is a 25-mile lake. You get off by a couple miles, it could be a really miserable day. So make sure you're paying attention to the area around you and see if you can find it on the map to help find out where you are. The other thing I want you to notice on this is this little arrow over here that points north. This is absolutely critical to lining up your compass, and again, waterborne navigation is not really easy, so using a compass on this will make sure that you don't make a long-ish day a really long, unbearable day from getting lost or going in the wrong direction or whatever. So make sure you line up your compass, but we'll come back to that in a minute. This next map is one that you will most likely see on a trail strip that our guides carry, or that if you're hiking or backpacking or anything, this is what you're used to. This is actually a map of Smoky Mountain National Park in the AT. So again, first thing you want to notice the biggest features on the map. Look at your legend, figure out what your trail is going to be marked as, what the roads are marked as, streams, such as that. But there are two things I want to point out. First of all, if you look on the map, there are little blocks. These little squares are a system developed by the US military that basically took the entire world and put them into 1 square kilometer blocks. That means that each of these blocks is about 2/3 mile wide and 2/3 mile high. So it's not as far as you can imagine. These are not miles, these are kilometers. The other thing I want to point out, if you look even closer, there are lines of topography on these maps. Now, lines of topography, the closer they are, that means the steeper your hike is going to be. So when you're trying to figure out how long your day is going to be, watch those lines of topography, and that'll tell you what you're in store for. Now, overall, a third thing to look for is streams. Most of these maps have streams marked on them, rivers. That's going to be your water source if you're backpacking, if you're hiking. Note that if you need to get water, pay attention to where those are along the trail, and they also are good markers of how far you are. Now note, a lot of these streams will dry up or be really small when you get to the months of July, August, going into winter, but for 3/4 of the year they should be full. But don't always count on this. Count on doing research ahead of time. Now I'm going to use a compass. Sadly, I'm using an iPhone compass because I do not know where my orienteering is, but I'm actually not going to use it at the moment. But what you need to do when you have a compass, you have a red arrow, and if it's a regular compass, you have 2 white dots on either side. iPhone, there's a white line down the middle. You need to align the red arrow with the 2 dots, or you put north on the white line. Once you get that aligned, match your map to it. Your map will have a compass rose. This one is kind of hidden, it's right there. A lot of times in AT you don't need one. You saw what it looked like in that map. So the goal is to first align to north, then align your compass with your map. Once you find that your compass is correctly oriented, you can go up directions from there. Now, if you're not using a map for some reason, if you're orienteering, if you're going by degrees, or even if you're going through a field where the trail is not well marked, what you should do, you have a compass, align that north again. Say you have to go 5 degrees northwest. So find north, find 5 degrees or whatever you're going in, pick a prominent feature, whether it be a really big tree, a rock, a mountain, something more tangible than a mountain, a tree, a rock. Mark it, walk to that tree, reorient yourself, do that again, and do it until you get wherever you're going. This way you will avoid walking in circles, you'll make sure you're heading in the right direction, and it might seem tedious, but getting 1 or 2 degrees off in the long run can get you miles off. So be very careful when you're doing that. The last thing I'll make a note of is, depending on where you are in the country, you will have different magnetic north and true north. Magnetic north is off of true north, and if you're in where I am, Georgia, most of the Appalachian Trail, you're fine, you don't need to worry about it. But if you're out west, for example, New Mexico, Colorado, Sangre de Cristis area, and the Rocky Mountains, you're about 8 degrees off. So what you need to do, turn your compass in the certain degrees that it is in that area and reorient from there. To figure out how to do that, look it up ahead of time. You can find it online, how many degrees you are off. Set your compass and do it so that you're going in the right area. Again, because magnetic and true north are different. Thank you for joining in, and next semester, make sure you come play outside with Trails. Thank you.